Hi, I'm Rick Bannon. I'm a global real estate advisor with Sotheby's International Realty here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I'm actually a Florida native myself. I was born in Coral Gables, actually on campus at the University of Miami. So I'm a Hurricane by blood, as well as being an alum and former athlete at UM. But I have always been a South Floridian at heart for my entire life, which is why I enjoy doing what I do and what is my home. My clientele will tell you the one thing I've always prided myself on is to be a consummate professional and to really have a handle on my business, to ensure that my client is always benefiting, knowing that they're getting either the best price for the property they're selling, or they're buying a property at the fair market price, in what they're going into. And you've got to be honest with your client. And sometimes the client has a hard time swallowing that honesty because it might not be the answer they want, but it's the answer they need to hear. Thankfully, I can remove myself emotionally from every transaction because it's not me that's trying to decide on a vacation home, on a secondary home, or a new purchase, or a first-time purchase, whatever the case may be. And I can give them an honest assessment of what they're going into. And at the end of the day, know that when the purchase is done, that whatever they've gone into has been handled fairly and with their best interest in mind. Before becoming a realtor, I spent 13 years in the United States Army. So in the 13 years I was in the military, I was in Special Forces. A big part of what we do is relationship building in Special Forces. You get a lot of movies that portray us doing all kinds of crazy things, and it sells tickets, and that's all it does. But for the experience in developing those relationships overseas as part of what we're doing is the foundation of real estate work. You've got to develop a relationship with the client. There's got to be some warmth there. If all you bring to the table is your license, but you can't develop that relationship with the client, your client's going to feel that right away and may or may not continue the transaction with you. How I conduct myself with the client, how I conduct myself in the transaction, so they know that they're dealing with a professional, not just someone who has their state license, but someone who's bettered themselves professionally by going and sitting for other certifications and designations, because there's so many agents out there. The one thing that my clients all value is their time. That's something that no matter the level of wealth of any of my clients, no matter what their level of wealth is, can't buy more time. So I don't waste my clients' time when they're dealing with me. I want to maximize my efficiency. That's a huge part of my business as well. A lot of people are attracted to South Florida, whether it be if you're looking to move here because of a job requirement, or if you're looking for a potential secondary home, or a solid place to have an investment property. South Florida checks all those boxes. You've got great weather here year-round. You've got everything from fine arts, professional sports. You can go to the beach almost any day of the year. You just can't do that everywhere. When you say Sotheby's, that means something to people, because they know Sotheby's, typically they mean something with luxury. They know the auction house, obviously, because of the history there, but they also know that if you're working for that brand, then you're aligned with a brand that focuses on that luxury, ultra luxury market, and you're getting consummate professionals when you're working with Sotheby's.